What's up, everyone? Can you hear me? Hello, welcome in. Time for the late night stream. Seems to be the only time I can find. Although I did go to the shop earlier to play a game in paper. Who needs sleep? Not this guy. Yeah, so we're playing Light from WithinDeck. For those who don't know what that is, it is this beautiful enchantment out of, what is that, Eventide. Chroma, which is essentially now called Devotion. Each creature you control gets +1/+1 for each white mana symbol and its mana cost. So we have a lot of 3 and 4 pip creatures in this deck. And then we also have our Mirage Mirror to potentially copy the Light from Within. So we've built the whole deck kind of around this theme. We've drawn like most of the colorless lands in this deck, which is not amazing to start here, but at least we have the War Room so we can draw. The high market is to get rid of Academy Rector if we need to sack that. Need to watch out for the Tifa deck. Tifa, Lockhart, Trample, Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa's power until end of turn. Oh yeah, that seems really easy to break. In a mono green deck? Yep. So it'll be all the ramp and all the landfall, I'm guessing, which is, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, actually. What up, David? Yeah, I've been trying to stream a little bit more the past couple weeks. I was on vacation for about a week, but yeah, there was like a almost like, I don't know, probably 2 to 3 month layoff where I really just didn't have time to play at all, and largely that's still true. I'm shirking a lot of responsibility by being here tonight, so hope you guys enjoy the stream. But yeah, I'm excited to try this deck out. It was a silly idea I had, I think, what, yesterday? Maybe 2 days ago? I don't know. A couple days ago, I was just thinking of like, what can you do with Light from Within? I'm like, what if you build an entire deck around it? And that's what we've done today. Nothing here on 2. Probably, well, we haven't really played anything, so I don't know that going straight to that's the best idea. Well, their commander's in. But yeah, I had a long layoff. I've been working too much, and life be busy. I miss the days where I got to do this full time. Like, I really like doing this stuff and as my like 9 to 5 workday kind of thing, but it's much harder when you have to do real work during those hours, and then you're kind of tired and trying to do other stuff and be social and so on and so forth in the after work hours, and it's a hard change. Elixir of Immortality, Artificer class. But I have a friend that's been getting into paper recently. Is she in chat? I don't think she's in chat. But yeah, I have a friend that I've been hanging out with that has been getting into it, has been drafting a lot of Final Fantasy, and we've been playing some games here and there, so I've been getting the itch to play again. It's nice to have people to play with. Playing in random pods is really not the best. You know, I don't know. It can be a real roll of the dice of what kind of the quality of game you get when you go play randos. Nope, she's here. Nobody look. So I went to the LGS earlier to test out some changes on Tap Creature Tribal because I had a lot of tweaks to that deck, and I sat down. I walked in. Guys were looking for a fourth right away, so got to sit right at the table, which was nice. And I'm like, you know, how mean you guys going? How hard you going? They're like, yeah, these decks are kind of mean. I'm like, okay. I didn't bring my crazy stuff, but Tap Creature Tribal it is. And one guy, I played an Archivist on turn 4, and For those that don't know, it's a 4-mana creature. You tap it to draw a card. And he goes, that doesn't seem like a very good value engine. And, I mean, it drew about 8 cards over the course of the game. And then I had a Kamal and shot literally everything they played and just kept the table at bay. So they got the full, long, slow, painful experience of tap creature tribal. And it makes me so happy. Yeah, I ended up beating a bunch of decks that are like, you know, on paper, stronger than that deck. But they didn't run a lot of removal, and I basically had all my toys, and they had none of theirs. It's very exciting. First time stopping by for a live game. Love it. Welcome in. You built Rosa Resolute White, made solely for character attachment, favorite Final Fantasy game, and I hadn't built a mono white deck before. I gotta look at that one, actually. I'm still very, very fuzzy on a lot of the Final Fantasy cards here. Let's take a peek and see. 2/3 reach. At the beginning of combat in your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until end of turn. I can mess with that. I've seen worse. Hey, something we can cast. Like that. Let's get the high market. Oh, maybe I should have went. Maybe I should have went for that thing. Well, let's get the boots. Really want boots. That wasn't exactly the best use of mana right there, but here we are. Countering a Vorinclex with a Disruptive Pit Mage? I gotta look that one up, too. Counter target spell. Nice. Manatha. Oh my god. Oh god, I should add that into the deck. Oh dear god, I should add that into the deck. Just mana tithe everything into oblivion. Oh, that's very exciting. I have Urtai in the sideboard of that deck. I haven't run it. If I know I'm going to be playing against some like really nasty stuff, I might add it in. But there's a version of... man, I don't know when I'll find time to do this, but at one point in the past, I did try to make a CEDH version of Tap Creature Tribal, and it's not that it's ever going to be like a tier 1 thing, but I think you could build a really powerful version of that deck. Basically, the combo is basically Intruder Alarm with anything that makes tokens, and from there you have many, many ways to kill a player. So at that point, it becomes about a 3-card combo. Token creature, Intruder Alarm, and then something that actually kills them, like a Goblin Bombardment or something else. And if you're doing 5-color, you can also just run, whatchamacallit, the combo, Thassa's Oracle. Do that combo as all 5-color decks in CEDH would, but... it gets pretty funny once you can untap it. Yeah, once that, like, if you get that mana cost to, like, 2 or 3, then people can have to do some real interesting things to play their spells. I'm guessing basically just, like, everything in this deck finds a land. Yep. Yep. I haven't actually read this thing yet. Fela, Exuberant Shepherd, Flash. When it attacks, exile up to one other target non-land permanent at the beginning of the next end step. Return it under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a counter on it. Okay, so I assume they're going to be blinking their own stuff mostly? I've been trying to get someone with Mana Tithe. It takes so much discipline to, like, actually devote a deck slot to that, though. It's like, it can be good early in the game, but if someone gets a lot of excess mana late in the game, then it's kind of dead, but... yeah, here comes 4 in our direction. Love it. Oh, that is an X2. So, I mean, if we play Elish Norn at some point, they literally can't have their commander. which is probably why we're getting attacked right here. Looks like we're going to need a creature. In that case, we're probably going to get Angel of Jubilation and... No, not Angel of Jubilation, the other one. Am I crazy? Did I see Archangel of Tides in my hand? Yeah, Angel of Jubilation then. I was thinking we had Archangel of Tides in my hand also, but I think that was us checking out the deck earlier, so I got confused myself. Tataru, yep. Enters, you draw a card and target opponent may draw a card. Oh, hey, they let us draw a card. Love that. Yeah, we could use the help. We could use the help. Yep, I'd like to draw. Ancient Tomb is ramp, although it is more... There's like 3 colorless lands in this deck, and I think we found all of them. I don't know how I feel about that. At some point, Ancient Tomb will be helpful, especially if we're trying to get to Norn, but right now we probably need to get the 3rd white pip in. Mono white buddies. Yep. Well, we got cut a deal. It's not the other one. I do have... Did I cut Secret Rendezvous right at the end? Alright, question for chat. Cut a deal versus Secret Rendezvous. Very similar cards. Which ones do you like better? I haven't run a lot of either. I think I played Secret Rendezvous maybe 2 times that I can think of. Cut a Deal I have not run at all. Doing the thing? Yep. Comes back. Gonna make the blue-red deck draw. I mean, that's risky business. Given blue-red's propensity to combo, I don't know that I feel great about that. Like, if I were them, it's always like, take your chances with the mono-white deck, right? It's probably going to be the easiest thing to... You're going to see what they're doing. You have a chance to see it coming. The blue deck, you probably need some counter spells to fight it properly. Brings back to our turn. I'm going to play another one of these pterodactyl planes. Someone remind me that I got to buy these in real life. Yeah, let's get our healer's flock here. We're just going to use this as a blocker because opponent seems to be getting aggressive with their commander. So, I mean, I hope that, like, the threat of them losing their commander is enough to keep this away. So, we'll just put boots on here and sit put. We need to find a way to slow this game down a little bit. I guess Norn does that. Oh yeah, Norn wipes the board in this exact second. This makes 1/1s, which also die to Norn. Okay. So, yeah, we're playing Light from Within as kind of the main thing that we're doing. And I figured if we're doing essentially what is a complicated anthem, Elesh Norn is also an anthem and is very powerful. So I figured it'd be nice to have that in the command zone. It's sort of the backup plan, but, I mean, it's so powerful. And if people are littering the board with X2s, then we're probably going to be forced into getting that at some point. Feels like Cut a Deal is better. Yeah, Secret's better for making an ally. I agree with that. Cut a Deal. Yeah, I mean, 3 cards to a single player can do a lot, right? That can really change their situation. Or like 1 card to each opponent feels less bad unless they draw something super nasty. All right, we got a lot of power doubling. Okay, I see where that's going to go. Yep, make a bunch of tokens, and then it gets giant. Okay. I would like to find the Archangel of Tithes. and get that into play so that people do not kill us. What stayed in this list is a very big question. Initially, I had a lot of nasty stuff in here. I had to cut a lot of things to get down to size, but I had Blazing Archon at one point, and then I also had the Angel's Grace on a Stick Angel, but it looks like Sarah's Emissary is going to be our main form of protection from creatures not dying. We've also got, where is it? We've got a Cheat Death in Enduring Angel, so those are things that we might want to try to get to. Or we could just lay down a board wipe. Laying down a board wipe wouldn't be the worst thing either. Beginning of combat in your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's probably gonna... Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't like that. Don't like that. It is now a 4/2. Ooh, Quirion Ranger, huh? Okay, yeah, that's a way for them to pick up their lands. Yeah, they're going to pump the Ranger. Or the other one. One of them. They'll pump that one. So some of their stuff getting out of norm range. Go away. Should be running Aven Interrupter? Probably. Which one's that? Oh, I could put on the flying one. Okay. Well, it did the job. We're not getting attacked, so that was the main thing with this healer's flock. Just please don't attack us. Yeah, it's got 2 white pips. It could be a thing. Flash flying enters exile target spell. It becomes plotted. Oh, yeah, okay. So it's kind of the reset on a spell. Yeah, that's a pretty solid card. White Orchid Phantasm. Flying First Strike. Oh, I meant to add... Ah, crap, I forgot. Sarah's... What's the 2-mana Sarah thing from Time Spiral? Flying First Strike. When this creature enters, destroy up to 1 target non-basic land. May search for... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's solid, too. God knows we're going to fit that into this. Part of me was thinking about just, like, doing this same deck concept with, like, mostly 2-drops. Just get all the white 2-drops. A couple 3-drops. Benel Shiro's cool. Sarah Avenger, that's the one. Yeah, I meant to get that in here, because if you get that pumped up, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Three, 4... The Wind Crystal. Oh, I forgot to get cost reduction in here. That I meant to do. White spells you cost cast 1 less. If you would gain 1... If you gain life, gain twice that much instead. Yeah. That could probably go in here. That's a pretty good white card. Charming Prince. Yeah, this is the type of... I assume this is a cycle, and I can get behind this thing. Flying and lifelink until end of turn is very powerful. If you've never played Victory's Herald, which happens to be in our deck today, it's hard to use because you really need to have haste on it, but if you do get the attack off with this thing and a couple other creatures, it's a very big swing. It's very much like a Commander 2010 type card, so, you know, it's powerful. It's just a little slow by today's day and age, but, you know, if you're set up to use it, we obviously want the triple pips. And a little lifelink is nice. Opponent's going to blink this thing. Okay. Love that. Really use a walking atlas to get all these lands out of our hand. Tataru coming back. Hey, we get to draw again. Love that. Show me a board wipe. Ha ha! Got it! That'd be a Vanquish the Horde. Love that. How many creatures on this board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. Love that. And a Twilight Shepherd. Cool. Okay. First things first. We will poke the blue-red deck, as they deserve a poking. Also, so we can gain some life. They will be vanquished. I love when I call them like that. It doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while, you get lucky. So we go back to 39, like that. Then we shall play this Vanquish the Hordes for the minimum. Love the minimum. Oh, the creature's getting blued up. Then, what do we do next? We only have a single white. We could have a second white pip, which doesn't really help us. So, I think we go... I just hope the blue deck doesn't wheel. Yeah, let's get the namesake. I mean, War Room... I don't think we need to cut a deal in this exact second. We have a little bit to do. Yeah, let's just go search for it. Let's get it into our hand. Light from Within. Opponents are going to be like, what? Little turn 5 reset there. Love that. Slow this game down. What are we doing next? We'll be on 3, 4, 5. Could be on 7 mana next turn. I don't necessarily just want to jump to Norn. Norn has a funny way of dominating the game, and that's not really what I'm after in this moment. Unfortunately, the number of white pips is... We can't go Jubilation and Light from Within. We might be able to go cut a deal on Light from Within. I never run Twilight Shepherd, and I feel like I should. It's such a cool card. It could probably go in the Angel deck. There's definitely a version of the Angel deck you could make where you just like get real board wipe happy, use Twilight Shepherd, and then all the ones that grant indestructible because there's a bunch of those now. And that's definitely a way you could play it. And if you like big angels in the modern meta, that's probably a solid way to do it just because you need to be slowing people down. There's other ways to go about it too with that deck, but it's one way that you could go. I do like running the Stacks Angels a lot when I play Big Angel Reanimator. Because, yeah, you just need to be slowing people down. Chancellor of the Annex and what's the other one? Angelic Arbiter are disgusting. And they shut down so many problems. Chancellor is really good against value decks or anyone just trying to play, like, a lot of spells in one turn. And Angelic Arbiter is backbreaking against anyone who wants to attack. Pseudo Devotion deck reminds you that you want to build Red Devotion with Clive from Final Fantasy. Wheel equal Devotion on ETB, and then Wild Shenanigans he transforms. Nice. Who's your Boros counters, Commander? Didn't they just print a new one? Did opponent just pass their turn? Whose turn is it? I think opponent F6 their turn. There's that Archangel of Ties we were talking about. That's still a lot of white pips, though. So I think we are on Ancient Tomb. Cut a deal. Oh, those are good cards. Change of plans. Gonna hold off on that Light from Within. Let's go Mask and Sword. Hope we don't get crushed by, like, Austere Command or something along those lines. We'll keep the Forge and Frontier back for now. Oh, do we need a blocker? Crap, I hope we don't die. Hope we don't die. How many lands would it take if that's a 2-3? One land is 4, 2 lands is 8, 3 lands is 16. That puts us to 20, so as long as I don't find something else, could survive a turn. So next turn, I think we're thinking about Jubilee. Ooh, this has Vigilance. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could get the Mask on it or the Sword. We can't get both. On the other hand, yeah, I think I like the Vigilance, because Vigilance should be a good deterrent. Also, let's see here. Sephiroth Fallen Hero. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the modified one. Yeah. Sephiroth looks insane for Boros counters. I mean, so much so that, like, you put one counter on your stuff and then cast your commander, and that seems ridiculous, right? That seems insanely strong. I like the version that I had in the sense that, like, it's not an overpowering deck, right? Like, it takes, your stuff has to stay on the battlefield for a little while, and it ticks up slowly, right? It doesn't happen all at once. And, it's sort of that incremental build over time. And, I mean, for me, that's really just how I, like, enjoy my games of Commander. Like, Sephiroth is very good, right? It's very strong. And if you're playing in a super strong meta, then, yeah, that's probably the way to go. But uh, honestly, you know, for me personally, I'd prefer more kind of mid to upper mid sort of powered games. Yeah, nowadays you always got to do OP stuff because everything's kind of OP. So I guess here's an interesting thing to think about is whether you could just do a straight commander swap with that deck. So like you set it up where you can either use like I was using Aurelia Exemplar of Justice, and there's probably one or two others you could use. Yep, Cultivate's not a thing I want to see. Um, but yeah, but you could set it up where you could just flip flop either commander for what situation you need. If you need to be strong and nasty, go for Sephiroth. If you want a game that's going to go for a little bit, then go for Exemplar of Justice. Mask of Memory still the goat. Yeah, I'm feeling like the mask. I'm feeling like the mask. I would love a Soul Ring if we picked up a Soul Ring. Then we could get the mask and the sword trigger, and that would make me very happy. But right now, I'm feeling like it's got to be I feel like the mask just kind of keeps everything full and smooth and operating the way we want it to. Yeah, here comes 8 power. Let's see who they don't like. Unfortunately, that's got 3 power now, so Elish Norn does not kill that. Yep, gotta pump that thing up. Oh, that's return all lands to the battlefield? That seems bad. How many lands they got? There's one. Yeah, it's us. Of course it's us. Always us. I guess the good news, well, if we play Norn, nice opponent flashed their commander, and I was like, why did they? It looked like they F6 their turn, and I forgot their commander had flash. That makes sense. And a pack hall was also in consideration. One winged angel blasting in my head the first time. Nice. Lauren of the Third Path. Oh, is definitely gonna blow something up. What are they going after? Boots would be bad. Really kind of want the boots. What do they want to shoot? Okay, going after the Artificer thing. I can get down with that. Oh, they can get another. Yeah, that's nasty. That's a cute little deck over there. I feel like our boots are the thing that we need the most. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. I just feel safer with the boots. We're so slow with mono white that that haste is so important. Nice. Going after the banner. Pentrarch Paladin. Oh, that's funny, actually. This gives us a way to not have to play the Norn. And also, yeah. Yeah, I think I like this. Because Norn, everyone's going to be mad at us. If we play this, then we can kind of just hold the button over their head. And I like that. Does mean we won't get the value off Sword and Mask this turn. Oh, we don't have enough white. Crap. Okay. I guess we're going for the Norn then. Norn. Mask of Memory. Boots. Yeah, I was trying not to. Oh, yeah, their commander's at 0 power? That's awesome. 0 is a perfect number. Okay, yeah, so Norn is definitely the correct play here. Go after the blue-red deck as is customary. Mask Trigger. Use the ability. Land Esper Sentinel. I do really want that land. We need to get our pips straightened out here. What are we getting rid of? I like all of these cards. Oh, Esper... Is it the Plains? I mean, I really want my next land drop lined up, but I think it's the Plains. These cards are too good. We'll figure out the lands next turn. Yeah, I know it was greedy discarding the land, but it's like, we need card draw. I really want this thing to hold over that. This gets us, this solves a lot of problems, so definitely not that. This also helps with us getting attacked. This is the namesake of our deck. This is cool, and this is also cool. So the Plains is the thing that we can, like, replace the most easily. But, no, I get it. It's greedy. Yeah, maybe you're right. The Sentinel might have been the correct discard right there. If I had, like, a Sun Titan in hand or something, I would have dipped it pretty easily. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, worst case is we try to hit somewhere with Mask again, and then discard it next turn, and hope that we run into lands. Ovika? Yep. And it might be the case that, like, the rest of this deck is, like, not that great on its own, right? Like, casting an Archangel of Ties and then casting a Light from Within is fine, right? It's, like, it's good. It's a big creature that has a nice ability, but, like, it doesn't just win you the game. The Norn is probably the thing that slows this down enough for our plan to actually work. Yeah, I'm gonna flip flop the boots, do a bunch of things. Oh boy, would I love to start getting some Animus triggers. We what are we on? 4 white pips. Yeah, we really need more white pips. I would love a hit with this thing, but actually, let's see. We have 4 colorless mana, so like, you might. It's probably worth. It's probably worth a Forge and Frontier somewhere. But really, I just want to get to this thing. Target land. Okay. Ah, crap. Did they get a +1 counter on their thing? Any of your upkeep. Okay, we got a little time on that. We got a little time. The other play could be Petrarch Paladin. That does require more white mana. Building Final Fantasy Voltron? What'd you build? I need to look at Cloud. Cloud looks insane. Get Hearth and Home from the command zone? Love that. Get every equipment in your deck? Yeah, next turn this thing might be a problem. Patchwork Banner? Uh-oh. One more Anthem, and they could get out of Elish Norn range. So we have 4 white mana. 4 white pips, rather. Oh, that's a Hearth and Home. Gross. Gross. God, that's so good against us. See what they want to do with that. Yep. Equip that. In hindsight, I do wish I kept a hand that ramps better. That is a thing that we did not do. No attack? I guess they probably don't want to die to the green deck either. That's reasonable. I have nothing to blink, I guess. Hey, there's a land. Look at us. Never punished. We're definitely playing this one. Definitely playing this one. Now we have the 5 pips necessary for this thing, if we want to go that route. Get a plains. I think I want Archangel of Tithes. That can stop a lot of nonsense. Yeah, get Archangel of Tithes. How big is this? Wow, that's a 5/5 still after all that. That's pretty good. So, I mean, we can go Sword of the Animist, or we could go Forge and Frontier, although we'll be out of mana, so, yeah, okay. Forge and Frontier is kind of risky in that sense. Move the boots over here. Equip the Animist. Go to combat. Swing in here. Oh, wait, we could have plowed through there. Finally get a sword trigger. Been needing more white mana pretty badly. I really did rework the mana base too to like not run into this colorless issue. Like I think this is literally all of them. I probably should have mulliganed this hand for many, many reasons. Opponent goes no blocks. Mask of Memory, use the ability. Dowsing Dagger's pretty good. Dowsing Dagger's actually really good because they die immediately. Man, Sentinel has the ability to refill our hand. I hate this, but I think it's Twilight Shepherd. I'm just thinking about our plans, and like I don't know when we get this in. There's an Emeria in the deck, and there's also a Weathered Wayfarer and Expedition map, so, you know, reasonable ways to get it back. I'm going to put the boots back on Norn. I think we need Norn to stay alive. Pass like that. I got to look up Lice. I think I did see that one. Prowess. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. As long as you cast 2 or more non-creature spells this turn, has double strike. Yeah, that's legit. So cast all the swords and then put all the swords on it. And double strike away. See if we got any salt in chat. Nope. Surprising. Norn is a salt-inducing magic card. I don't think turning the land into an aura does what they think it's supposed to do. Yeah, I'm not sure. Opponent is not doing anything. It's not great. Would like for them to start doing stuff. As it stands right now, my plan this turn is to hopefully go Dousing Dagger, Light from Within, Angel of Jubilation. With that, we can put a decent size hit on someone and potentially eliminate a player, which I think would be a good idea at this stage. Return all non-token creatures to their owner's hand. Well, there you go. See if they want to pay for the thing. There's a Lotus Field. That'd be a nice pickup. Should help a lot with the colored mana. Esper Sentinel. Pay 1 to draw 1. Not the worst thing ever. The timing of that bounce, it might be a little awkward. We might be on the Pentrarch Paladin. Well, it depends on... If opponent recasts their commander and then puts a counter on it, it'll be out of Norn range. Though, I guess its power is still 0, and that keeps us safe. Ovika coming back, yep. But Norn also keeps us safe from that, so, I mean, we probably just got to recast Norn. I mean, the play that's kind of lined up is Norn, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mana, so 7 for Norn. Yeah, we have exactly enough to go Norn, Mask, Sword. Or we could go Norn, Dousing Dagger. Which Dousing Dagger gets us more mana, which I feel like we pretty badly need. We kind of need everything at this point. Yeah, that thing's back. Two lands by my count in the graveyard. Commander's back. Wow, this thing's huge. 7/7. Do you just have to be careful of, like, incidental life loss? That's the thing I'm kind of concerned about. Shifting woodland. Yeah, Commander got pumped up. Don't love that. Commander comes back at the end step. Kind of need... We just need a lot of mana. After the bounce, it's going to be tough to get everything out of our hand. A Nykthos, finding our own Nykthos would be the most ideal. Karmic Guide, who we getting? For Angel of the Ruins. This probably hits one of our things. Oh, God. Oh, wow. This is going to get all the artifacts and enchantments. So, yeah, this is going to be disgusting. Okay, yeah. Greaves down. Hedron Archive down. Now we're going to be in slow motion. Yeah, we need another board wipe. After the Angel of the Ruins play right there. Didn't equip the sword. Ah, they still get a blink. Yeah, this is just going to nuke everything. I guess they could go Karmic Guide, but I mean, this thing is so powerful. Yeah, Angel. I mean, it's got to be Angel of the Ruins. Coming our way. Yep. I fear that we may have arch-enemied the table. Board wipe would be good. That was my concern about Norn in the command zone. She does tend to do that. It's coming back. Mask and Hedron Archive, yep. Yeah, the timing of that bounce was like pretty bad for us. Steel Shaper's Gift is interesting. We could use Steel Shaper's Gift to get either Helm of the Host or Blade of Selves, which is disgusting on Elesh Norn. Blade of Selves. Oh, Blade of Selves still doesn't kill that. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, I think we got to get Norn, right? Karmic Guide down. Um... And I think... Oh, man. I want the draw from Esper Sentinel, but we need... Yeah, we need protection. Get Archangel of Tides. Lotus Field... Sacrifice 2 lands. I think I'm gonna ditch the Ancient Tomb. Our life's getting down there. I don't feel great about more Ancient Tomb usage. I know it brings us down a land count, but... And... I guess a Plains. Really wanted to get Esper Sentinel, but don't have the mana. Angel of the Ruins is really bad for our Light from Within plan. Like, really bad in the sense that it's exile, and we don't have a way to get that back, so... we gotta find a way to deal with this Angel of the Ruins. Petrarch Paladin is an option, but it's gonna be very slow without the boots. And I think I cut the other set of boots, so we wouldn't be able to get that. I guess we get Helm of the Host? Yeah, Helm of the Host is a thing. See what other equipment's in here, just for kicks. Our own Hearth and Home could be interesting. Blade, Skull Clamp, and Helm of the Host are basically what we're looking at, I think. This game is starting to get long. Come on, opponent. Yeah, I feel like a lot of this is remedied by us keeping a hand that like actually ramped before turn 7. Come on, opponent. Yeah, our next turn. What I don't like is that, based on what we have currently, we don't really have lethal on anyone. Light from Within gets us a little bit of damage. Losing the boots hurts. The haste is so important. I cut Hall of the Bandit Lord, and, like, I don't know, maybe it needs to be in here. Maybe the deck needs more haste, because that is a big weakness. I guess Helm of the Host is like a version of haste, but also with Angel of the Runes, it just immediately gets shot, so still need to deal with that. This guy's got to be coming up on timeout here, because they've been sitting a while. If they time out, this Angel of the Runes is going to eat us alive. Yep, that's a thing. That is a thing. Has it been 5 minutes yet? God. There they go. Well, it's going to get rough now, because I think it's going to be a 2v1 sort of situation here. And we have lost some of our toys. And the question here is, do we choose green or white? I don't know. Green keeps us safe from Voltron damage. White can get rid of that and other problems that may arise. Kendra's transformation on Elish Norn is very bad. Because that being the case also, like, we don't really have the mana to recast Norn again. We could put a Forge and Frontier on that. Okay. We could put a Forge and Frontier on there, and that would make the Kenriths fall off. That's the thing to think about. We'd almost immediately lose the Forge and Frontier to the Angel of Ruins if we don't deal with that, though. Target creature gets +3/+3, gains Trample, Indestructible, and Hexproof until end of turn. That seems disgusting. Okay. Yep, this is probably where we die. Maybe we get lucky and they tap all their mana out. That'd be cool. Checking our commander. 12 from Tifa. Yep, keep pumping that up. Got their own nick those. Here comes that 16. I think we're dead. We're dead unless they tap out. Yep, here it comes. Misclick. Actually, let's see. What are we at? We're at 12. And we can stop 9. So if we throw this in front of there, 16 becomes 11. 11 gets us killed. We got to block with both. God, I wish I kept a hand that ramped. Ah. Back to the command zone. Yeah, now we're down to 12, and, like, that's 8 right there. So we need another board wipe, and then we need some magic after that. Let's see. Savine's on Recruiter of the Guard. Something like a route. Yeah, route's in here. Something like a route could change the way, could change the tempo of everything in a way that could allow us to survive. "20 commander damage, 1 yard line." God, if we had our Chaomancer's map in this game, would have been disgusting. Shadow Spear. Didn't equip anything. It's an odd choice. Yeah, here it comes. That one going over there. So it's going to tick us down even more. And we lose our last 2 artifacts, most likely. Oh, no, they blinked the other one. Okay. We're at 9. Oh, that's not good. That deals with Norn. Yeah, I think we're on. We basically need a board wipe. Myriad Landscape is not it. Play the landscape. I mean, what are the chances that they just let us be? They have boots on top, so it'll probably be their commander with haste. They can return all their lands, so we can get huge. Can we... Yeah, I mean, I guess it's got to be Norn again. We just don't have a lot of other options. Nukes a bunch of stuff. Esper Sentinel. Steel Shaper's Gift, might as well. Blade of Cells, probably a little less scary in their eyes. It's also a little cheaper. If it ever comes to that. We've been so close to being able to just, like, get this in with creatures, and we've been in this loop of, like, having to recast Elesh Norn every turn. Super annoying. It's the bounce spell that really got us. Because the timing of it was just bad. Everyone else got to rebuild first. Also, everyone's commander is, like, way cheaper than ours. Copies the land. going to send that over there. Put a +1/+1 counter on creature, then double. How do we get out of this? I mean, the way we get out of this is opponents have to make mistakes and not kill us. That's really what has to happen. With the Elesh Norn out there, it just seems unlikely. There's the boots. I would love to draw right here. We need answers. Nah, they're paying. No dice. Still need answers. So, I mean, the thing that opponent has to be careful of is that, like, I'm pretty sure they can come out and just one-shot them. Like, if Elesh Norn goes down, how many lands are in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. Maybe not at only 3. But they could go 3 and play a land if they have one. And oh, also they can crack that. They might run out of mana at some point, but the Eternal Wanderer. Sure, I'm not going to like this. No more than one creature can attack it. Exile up to one other target creature. Return it to the battlefield. Oh, yeah. We probably die here. There's Lauren. Yep. Norn blink. No. Coming in. This is lethal on us. Although I guess we can block on the ground. Only the dog, huh? Blink the Angel of the Ruins. I mean, we should probably trade that, right? But the card draw. I'm going to take the damage. I don't know that it'll matter really either way. I feel like... yeah, I mean, what we need is card draw to get out of this, and we don't have what we need right now. So, drawing more cards, probably the answer. Arcane Signet and Boots down. Okay, that means now that opponent can't just like haste out their commander and one-shot them all in one fell swoop. Kabira takedown is not at all helpful here. Or is it? Actually, it might be. So Norn will come back. That'll give us 2 creatures. We can get... Well, let's... Okay, yeah. I'm just going to cough out as much as we can. Let's get Lauren. Get rid of Hearth and Home. Oh my god. We could have shot Angel of the Ruins with that. That kills Angel of the Ruins. Dumb. Well, I guess Hearth and Home also gets us killed. Angel of the Ruins can be blocked. Norn should come back. Angel of Jubilation. Leave 2 for... Yeah, I don't think we have time to crack this. Angel of Jubilation. So that's 3. This will be at -2. So it brings it down to 5. Could play Flight from Within, but I feel like holding up Kabira takedown just seems safer. If we put 3 damage on there, Norn would put it to... Yeah, okay, this could work, actually. Swing at the Planeswalker. Get a Plains. Yeah, they block. Okay, we might be able to kill the Angel of the Ruins here. So this will be 3. Norn will come back. That'll be 2. And then 2 more off the takedown. Yep, bring back the Elesh Norn. And then Kabira take down the Angel. Angel down. All right. Might actually be able to, like, have some kind of chance with that gone. Ew, maybe not. Samwise, return the Angel. Okay. At least they'll have to recast it. Takes a lot of mana to do that. Importantly, it can't attack us this turn, so that's something. Wait, unless they went... They didn't go for the sword, did they? Oh, yeah, it had to be the angel. True Conviction would be solid. We could use that lifelink pretty badly. Ancient Green Warden. Yep. Copying Lauren. Ooh, Blade of Selves on Lauren could be interesting. Because then we get rid of this, the angel. Guys, I think we still have a chance. Where's our timer? 15 minutes? Okay. Got to be careful about our timer. Oh, they can bounce the Norn out for a turn, which is actually a little scary. Opponent's going to send that over to the Planeswalker. That's a good idea. Ooh, this is going to get doubled counters. This thing's actually going to get kind of big. Yeah, okay. I was going to kill the Planeswalker because that would... Killing the Planeswalker means that Norn should, in theory, stay in play. And that keeps us safe from a lot of different things. Opponent's gonna... Let's see. Target creature phases out. Oh. Yeah, they're trying to keep that thing alive then. Okay. That's an interesting card. I really haven't played with it at all. This is Magic Online. Available on the Wizards of the Coast website. Yeah, the Planeswalker lives. Could have did without that. Could have did without that. That means we're probably going to have some unfavorable blocks to deal with the dog here. Because they blink Norn again. Means we've probably got to give up like Lauren or something. Or maybe we give up... The Angel's the flying blocking, which is relevant. Although... Yeah, maybe we give up the Angel of Jubilation if we have to. Because Blade of Selves on Lauren can get rid of some problems. Yep, blank Norn. Ah, that means we're not going to have Norn on our turn. Yeah, wow, this thing is super annoying. No. Commander is currently in lethal range at 5. Trample would be bad. Oh, they got the Hearthenholm back? Ah, we're just dead then. I thought they got the Angel back. Did they get both? Yep. Real? No, the boots went down. Yep. Yep. Yeah, got nothing. Maybe we should have blocked. If we had blocked... Yeah, maybe if we had blocked, we'd still get another crack. Yeah, it sucks. I needed to keep a faster hand, is what I needed to do. That is what I needed to do. Let's see here. CEDH, that's no good. Yeah, let's just try this 1v1. I wasn't completely satisfied with the, What up? I don't want to get into a multiplayer. I want to just do a quick one and then go to bed, because, right now I'm in playtesting mode. Okay, it's got Ancient Tomb, Esper Sentinel. We're going to keep on the strength of Esper Sentinel, but this hand is pretty dicey. Man, I really wish we just, just the timing. A protection spell against the bounce. I mean, a protection spell against the bounce, and we probably win, but... Yeah, just that bounce got us. Our commander's very expensive. Theirs wasn't. So let's start with the Esper Sentinel. Back to our turn. Selfless Spirit. Poke with the Sentinel. Yeah, I'm running this one back. It's still Elish Norn. Keeper of the Accord. Yeah, we'll go Ancient Tomb Keeper. Swing with both. We do need to draw some cards. Nope, cracking the land. Do we get a land off this? We should. Yep, love that. That is why we run it. These things are like 50 cents in paper now. I'm going to buy so many of them when I purchase more cards. Land isn't what we wanted there. I guess play the Hall? Yeah, play the Hall. Enduring Angel. Send them. Need opponent to let us draw. We've basically run out of gas. I don't feel like going to Norn. They'll probably just scoop if we did that. Signet. Yeah, let us draw, let us draw, let us draw. Hey! Okay, that's not that great, but something. Yeah, there's the Commodore thing. Well, at least we can spend time attacking this Planeswalker. Weathered Wayfarer, okay. Play the Weathered Wayfarer. Do more attacking. Should kill that. We'll block one. Planeswalker down. We're probably not going to get to use his Weather Wayfarer anytime soon. A board wipe would actually clean us out really badly. We have like... oh no, I guess we have the Selfless Spirit, so it depends on which one it is. Depends on which one it is. Should probably turn off auto yields. Yeah, they disconnected. Anywhere close on the thing? Nope. Oh, yeah, I was about 10 cards away. It's not the best. See if we can find... Liz, do you have Magic Online open? We could do a 1v1 if you're around. I don't know. This thing's like a 3-ish. Yeah, Fish is in a game. I'll join this thing for now and see what happens. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I am back. Alright, we got another match. I don't actually know if I'm going to finish this. Like, if I get tired, I might leave. Like, if it looks bad. I'm really just like, I want to play test this deck. But I also don't want to... What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's 12:30. Fantastic. Hopefully everyone plays quickly. 2 lands plus land tax seems reasonable. Stoneforge Mystic for value cards. Okay. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Hapatra, Sephiroth, and... Sephiroth, sorry. I'm supposed to say the F. Yeah, we'll keep this. What's this? Go-Go? pass. Lovely. Its Fairy's Protection is a very strong magic card. Land tax. And we pass. So with the Stoneforge Mystic, are we going for ramp or are we going for draw? Reassembling skeleton. Collector's Vault. Back to our turn, land tax. Go for like maybe what, 2? Go for 2. Play the pterodactyl one. Stoneforge Mystic. I mean, Mask of Memory is really good with a land tax. Hearth and Home gives us the ability to, like, get more of them. That's always a thing. I think we need ramp. I'm going to go for Animist. Let's see. Nah, it's probably got to be Hearth and Home. It's just too good. Discard a Plains. So, in theory, we end step the Hearth and Home, we equip the Hearth and Home, we attack somewhere, we get a land, we blink. Then we get probably the Mask of Memory. Cultivate. But really, I just want to cough all these creatures out and then drop a Light from Within. That's my main goal here. That's all I really want to do. Good question is, how many creatures are humans and angels in this deck? Should I be running Herald of, what's it called? Herald of War? Hapatra. Yep, kills the reassembling skeleton. That's nasty. See what opponent's got. Nothing. We got nothing. Surprised they didn't cast their commander. Maybe they're waiting to sack a creature. Or maybe it's like reanimate this end step. Okay. Bitterthorn. Yep, those are nice. Back to our turn. I think just one. probably going to put us above any... Ooh, that's the Mask of Memory. The problem is that'll give us way too many cards in hand. So, okay, play the planes. We're going to discard the other planes. We'll end step the sword. And we'll discard this planes. Man, I forgot how good land tax is. I don't run it all the time. It gets weird on Magic Online sometimes. Sometimes, and maybe they fixed it, I don't know. But there'd be these weird issues where, like, what seemed like a statistically weird amount of times, if you took 3 lands on land tax, you would almost always draw a land per turn. Maybe not all. It was enough of a percentage where it was like something that I noticed, because when that happens, it's bad. It's really bad. You flood super quickly and you just have like no gas at all. Bitter Blossom. They kill the Germ token, which that should get opponent good and annoyed at them if they do. Hapatra. No, I'm gonna go for the Stoneforge. I mean, we're just gonna... yeah, that's not a great play, because we're just gonna blink the Stoneforge. Unless he's got a plan. I would have gone for this, because that messes opponent up. Just destroys their tempo. What does opponent have? Oh, I was gonna, yeah, bring back the skeleton. That's fine. I'm guessing they're trying to get like a card draw by casting their commander. Yep, here comes Sephiroth. Sack that, draw a card. So this is like it's going to be some sort of aristocrats kind of thing. You guys know how much I love aristocrats. I do not. I do not love aristocrats. Opponent going on the attack. Gonna swing into us. Yep. They're gonna get their land. No blocks. Temple of the False God. Academy Manufacturer. And yep, Gonna do that. Okay. We'll get our sword right here. Get our sword. That all seems disgusting. Ancient Tomb or Soul Ring, I think, would allow us to get Mask of Memory and the sword, which would be super cool. It's low likelihood chance, though. Yep. Opponent gets their own Soul Ring, so the blue deck really getting ahead here. Thematic Compass, oh boy. Yep. They are doing things. A lot of that probably doesn't happen if they shoot that Bitter token, that Bitterthorn token. Everything takes a little bit longer. Let's go back to 2 lands. Actually, I think probably just 1. Yeah, I think probably just 1. Yeah, then we drew a land. Play the Strip Mine. I thought I took that out, but equip this. Swing into the green deck. Blink the Stoneforge. Get a Plains. Use the ability. We're gonna get, I think, a Dowsing Dagger. So I really want like a burst of mana. I'm going to put the sword back on here for blocking purposes. And not getting dinged with this. Yeah, pass like that. Discard the plains. Just trying to set up. Trying to set up. Oh, we're probably going to start losing. Probably going to start losing land taxes here soon. We're on 5 lands. Okay, we might need to take multiple lands this turn with the land tax. Sylvan Library. Because we're actually ahead of the, or we're tied with the green deck. The blue deck, if they play a land, they'll be ahead. They're on 5 right now. Okay, there's 6. Okay, there's 6 from the green deck, so we should get a land tax trigger then. That's important. Because of the Hearth and Home, we might lose that, especially if we flip Dowsing Daggers, so we will want to... Well, there's a Cultivate. Maybe not. Opponent getting that back, so maybe it's not as dire. Because I also don't want to like just discard all the lands for no reason. I've already discarded 3. And I probably could have played that better. 1 in the graveyard's nice if you have like a Sun Titan or something, but more than that, it's probably overkill. Opponent swinging into the blue deck. What could get annoying is if opponent flips this and wants to maze our creature. That'd be very unfortunate. Opponent blocks. This token is black, unfortunately, which means it can block the Hearth and Home. It's no good. See if opponent attacks with this thing. I would like them to be... If they had no blockers, that would be good. Plaguecrafter is going to hit us way worse than anyone else. That's no good. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, they're going to transform the thing. Okay, let's see what's happening. And it transforms. What's on the backside? 5/5 flying. As this creature transforms, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures. If you do, draw that many cards. Ugh. Okay. It's not great. We are going to want flying blocking. Skeleton comes back. One's going to attack. Attack the skeleton. Lose more life. Draw a card. Its target opponent loses a life. Okay, that's good. It's not Blood Artist. Or not Blood... What's the other one? Zulaport? Zulaport's a nasty one. 1/1 down. Nope. Another trigger. Okay. Yep. Can see that being nasty. The board wipes probably start coming soon, I'm guessing. If that's the case... Do we think they have a board wipe? Because if they do, that makes Linden the correct play. Set on Teferi's protection because we need to get some, like, sword value off here. That's Thaumatic Compass. Yep. That means they're probably going to flip that, which is going to be a nightmare. We can strip mine it. Okay. That's a thing that we can do. Yep, doing all that stuff. Bitterthorn, equip. Another land for opponent. Blocks with the witness. Another emblem trigger. Compass flips. It's probably going to make our life worse. Back to our turn. We'll draw up to 8. One land will be 9, so we're just going to go 1 here. Get one. There's another land. Play the land. Run 6. I'm going to go for Avacyn. If the board wipe doesn't happen, Avacyn does a lot of nice things for us. It's just a big flying body with vigilance. It's very good against what's happening on the board. If the board wipe does happen. I mean, if the board wipe does happen, then everyone's kind of starting over, and then we can readjust. But I feel like this is probably removal.deck. Wretched Confluence. Okay, they're going to kill that. We like that. We like that. One going on the attack. Hapatra. Gonna minus our Avacyn. It's unfortunate. Pilgrim's Eye. Oh, it's a flying blocker. That's annoying. Yep, that is annoying. It means it has to be the blue deck. Maybe there's a chance it just gets sacked right away. That'd be good. What is this? Destroy target creatures. Put in the graveyard. Turn to the battlefield under your control. That's annoying. Wasn't expecting that. You know, if we could blink this with the Hearth and Home, it'll be difficult because we don't have haste or a creature in play. But if we could somehow do that. We would get it back, and that should take care of everything. Nope, now it's dead. And now we get stuck. We basically just got time walked. Don't love that. Training grounds, that's gross. Yeah, opponent's doing gross things over there. I mean, this just seems like a thing that would go infinite. Board wipe? Draw a card, then discard a card, create a treasure. Yep. Double that. Yeah, I don't know that shooting our Avacyn was like the play. Cool. Copy that 3 times. Make a bajillion treasures. And this game is probably out of reach. Yep, that's what happens when people use removal wrong. Opponent now has a ton of tokens, and I don't know how we're going to deal with any of that. Back to our turn. Land tax. 1 should be fine. Esper Sentinel. Play the planes. Play Esper Sentinel. Probably need to equip it so they don't have Patra the Sentinel. I think we gotta sit the fairies because we like need to untap with stuff. We have not untapped with stuff at any point. It may just be over based on how much mana opponent's making over there, but hopefully we can catch a few cards as opponents play stuff. Greetings, Lily. You watched a lot during the pandemic? Yeah, I was playing a lot then. Sadly, not as much these days. There's Demonic Tutor. Hopefully something that deals with this nonsense. Like a mass artifact wipe would be pretty good. Yeah, I've been getting back into the game a little bit. I had to take a long break. I was also working too much. That was a whole thing, but I'm still working too much. But uh yeah, I've been playing a little bit more of late, so trying to I've been having some ideas for decks. This is one of them. Trying to do light from within deck. So we need things with like lots of white pips. Lauren is useful for getting rid of problematic cards. What did they tutor for? Needs to be something good. You find MTG more fun in small doses? Yeah, I can see that. Having played as much Commander as I've played, uh, the cracks of the format start to show. You know, after filming 1,000 games, there's just a lot of like inherent balance issues, and you notice it when you play like I don't know a well balanced game like StarCraft 2 or something like that, right? Plus, there's no like social element that you have to worry about. Um, you just play the game and you play it as well as you can play it and you try to eliminate your opponents and no thought and kind of jumping between those worlds. Like yeah, there's some things about Commander that in large doses don't work the best. And I think a lot of things worked better when the cards weren't so powerful. Like it's just anything can snowball on turn 6 now, and when you could actually get 8 to 10 turns out of a game, I think the format was a lot better off for that. See what the mono black deck is thinking here. I would love if they got rid of one or more of these creatures. Yeah, once every 2 to 3 weeks is that's a pretty good metric right there. I don't know. I guess also like I just don't care for WotC's decision making of late. Uh, I miss when Magic sets were Magic themed. Personally, I know a lot of people like Final Fantasy. I have no attachment to Final Fantasy. Probably won't have much. I don't know. Like, what are we on Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that? Which is just weird, right? If it's something like Lord of the Rings, Baldur's Gate, that's fine, right? Like those things exist in a universe that like looks very similar to the Magic universe, so it doesn't feel like that much of a stretch. Sonic the Hedgehog is very different. Very, very different. Mm. And opponent needs to hurry up because it is late and I'm tired. Here comes the commander coming back. Sacrifices the thing. I mean, they're still working on Hapatra. They should really be focusing on this blue deck. I'm so sad with Ether Drift. Ether Drift. I started owning card in Kaladesh Amonkhet era. I was really excited for a revisit and was really disappointed. Yeah, I mean, oh god, what is this? Each player sacrifices it. Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is what we planned for. We're going to Teferi's Protect against this because sick of doing this crap. We need to get an attack off successfully. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been excited about a set in a while. Like there are cool cards in each of the set. Like mechanically, they're good. I think mechanically there's a lot of cool designs. The flavor I just don't care about at all anymore. And you know, I get that they got to do things to keep it fresh, but like I don't know, everything just you know what it is? It's because there's too much product, right? When you have to pump out as much product as they're pumping out, it's impossible to be excited about any one thing, right? Because in 3 more weeks, there's going to be another thing. You need time to like recover between all that. And actually, yeah, Bloomborough did have some interesting stuff. I really liked the flavor of the first Eldraine. Um, Again, and I really haven't played as much over the past like 2.5 years or so. I really kind of dipped out. But from what I've seen of Bloomborough, yeah, it's actually decent set and reasonably flavored. Has is a little bit more of the last Eldraine. So opponent sacked their commander. They still have boots. Yeah, they still have boots. That's still a thing. This has flipped over, which is not great. Yeah, I don't know. So like of late, it's just like there are cool cards in each set, but I haven't really like fell in love with a set in quite a while. If I could, I would go back and draft Kaladesh, not Kaladesh, Kaldheim, because I never really got to do that because I was like so busy making content. At that time, there was no time for like fun magic. Yeah, it's just a cool set, a lot of cool flavor. Really dig it. Wish I got to dig into it more. I'm gonna have to see if like MTGO was like a flashback of Kaldheim at some point. Yep, those boots need to go. Problem is we have a lot of things that need to get shot now. Karn, oh no. Oh, it's that one. Okay, it's not the other one. 0-0. So we don't really have we don't have like a great place to be able to get all these triggers off. It's unfortunate. cool and they're going to copy it a whole bunch of times. And they're going to be giant. Lovely. If we can get our thing big enough, they probably don't block with their commander, so there's that. Yeah. Land tax. This might be the time we go for 2. I think we're actually going to be able to play some stuff this turn. And we draw a land. That's always awkward. Like I said, when you do that, you flood really hard. Play a plains. Get Dowsing Dagger. Plants over here, I guess. Equip Dowsing Dagger. Get Lauren. Shoot the Academy Manufacturer. That's 2 emblems. Continuing on the Hapatra. Shoot the Spires of Orizka. Swing into the mono black deck. Hopefully they're smart and let this go through. Opponent is an idiot. Great. These are a bunch of 1919s, so we're probably all going to die. Unless the board wipe happens. Cool, so we're still stuck like we've been all game. So much fun. Yeah, no, I definitely need to go to bed after this. Like, most definitely. Need to go to bed. There's something with old sets like Ravnica, etc. Uh, they're like the Soul series. You don't have to pay attention to the flavor to appreciate it. You see the effort that was taken to create the world. Yeah, I agree. Right, like because I don't know the story of Ravnica that well. I have the book somewhere, but I've never finished reading them. But like, yeah, like you just I don't know. You're inhabited in the world, and like it's engaging, and there's a decree of pain. Okay, that's something. And now someone's probably gonna die. Hopefully, the blue player. There is an issue of like, I mean, if opponent keeps gaining life here, like this deck can't really punch out enough damage to, especially if they're just if like they're playing entirely removal dot deck. Um, yeah, this is actually going to be kind of a thing. Oh yeah, I could probably play a one-on-one with Liz. Have her send me her screen name. This is unfortunately out of Elish Norn range. Opponent's probably going to be like 80. Come on, stack the triggers. It's incredible that we haven't gotten like better performance out of Magic Online over the past I don't know 5 6 years. Who's still alive? Wow. Blue deck down to 11. Hapatra's still alive with 17 cards in hand. That's a few. Sephiroth up to 87. Decree of Pain, still a real magic card. It's expensive, but if you can get it off. A lot of creatures out there these days. Oh, Maze of Ith. Great. So we're never going to get these flipped, is what we're saying. I think opponent still has boots. Yep. They still have boots, so they can still just keep doing all the stuff a million times over. Also, problems. We went last in this game, and so all these all the plays happening in front of us. We have not been able to get these things flipped, or this flipped, and we've got what one trigger off this Hearth and Home. I mean, the cost is up pretty high, and they haven't ramped at all, so the cost is up very high on this. which is good. Fusion Archive, there's Ramp. I was just doing the math. I think their commander's on 7 right now, which they could recast, but then they, like if it died again, they wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't have 9. They'd be a ways away from that. But now with the Hedron Archive, they can like recast pretty easily. You know, Hellish Norn looks inviting. Boots on a 16/16. Bitterthorn on the 16. Where do they send it? Into the Hapatra. This will probably get the maze tapped. Oh wait, no, there's boots on it. Never mind. Yeah, opponent scoops. Actually, no. I think they just die, actually. How to deal with this mess. A farewell might be a step in the right direction. Oh yeah, opponent can gain life for days with the food tokens. Back to our turn. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go 0. We have 3 lands in hand. At this point, I'd rather they're in the deck in case we ever get a Hearth and Home trigger. Cloud is interesting. Boots? Yeah, we need boots. Cloud. Lightning Greaves. Play a land. Equip. Equip. Boots. Yeah, they block, because of course. Yep, just never getting these things flipped. Going last with a mono white deck. So much fun. So much fun. Let me guess. Each player sacrifices a creature, we get punished, and the other player does not. Is that what we're doing? Sending the attack over to opponent. They go down to 9. Butcher of Malakir is disgusting. What to do about that? Hmm. Oh, the Planeswalker went down at some point and all of that, so that's a thing. This is gonna make it. Yeah, if we don't get rid of this, it's gonna be like impossible to keep creatures in play. So that's a thing. Cool, they're coming our way. Love it. Down to 20. Opponent cracking foods like crazy. All is dust. That's something. Wasn't banking on that one. Our artifacts will survive. There'll be a lot of death triggers. Opponent's going to be very close to dead. I think they're going to be at 2, which means we probably have to kill them, which is unfortunate. At least they dealt with the butcher. That's... We don't have an answer for that right now, so... Is there going to be one more? I wonder if the last trigger gets them. It's going to be really close. As much as I don't want to deal with this nonsense, we can't really take them on a black deck by herself. Somehow opponent survives at 10. Okay. There's a Helm of the Host. That's the thing. Play a Plains. Yeah, we need to get this stuff flipped. It's the thing we've been trying to do all game. 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we'll go Vindicator. Dousing. Sword. Boots. Please let this go through. Attack them on a black deck. Finally getting these triggers. Yeah, nothing to blink. Dazzling Dagger finally transforms. Get a Plains. Finally some ramp. I'm going to go Linden and hope that we can keep a creature in play. We can also get the Mask. Okay, we finally got to do a thing. Let's see how long that lasts. Just mono black removal dot deck plus life loss. Oh god, what's this thing? Sling Gang Lieutenant. Sacrifice a goblin. Target player lose 1 life, you gain 1 life. Gross. Opponent does not need more things to sacrifice. Sephiroth is back. Do the thing, transform it again. We gotta be careful with Elish Norm because if they're just dropping tokens down there, that is actually a big problem. Part of me is considering like Helm of the Host on Linden to try and get a lot of life gain. I'm surprised. I think opponent could kill the blue deck. Maybe they're not wanting to go head to head with us either. Maybe they're also, yeah, they're probably also just wanting blockers and stuff. Oh god. See what the blue deck's got. Gotta crack all the stuff. We'll have 13 mana, 14 if we play the land. I might try to discard it to the mask, though. How much is this thing? 9 plus 7? What is that, 16? Yeah, we're a little short. Still 97 to chew through. This isn't a deck that can. We could, in theory, get that kind of damage, but not with the type of board control that they're throwing at us. Like Norn with a few rounds of Helm of the Host, sure, maybe, but without that, it's gonna be real tough. Nykthos would give us the mana to do crazy stuff. What did opponent find? More artifact stuff. Archaeomancer's map. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that right there. We definitely need to get a Mask of Memory trigger off, so move these boots. Equip the mask. Boots back on the thingy. I kind of like the Helm of the Host play, because Helm of the Host on this gets us a lot of life gain, and I like the sound of that. So I think I'm going to go with that. I'm trying to stay ahead of these life loss triggers, I think is the name of the game. So put the Helm on Linden. Go to combat. Helm of the Host trigger. This one into there, this one into the Planeswalker, and this one into their face. And what is that? That should be, what, 6 life? Love that. That's why we did it. Back to 26. Sordid Mask trigger. No blink. Use the ability. Discard the Windswept Heath. Vanquish the Horde is... that's not really... We're actually starting to get ahead a little bit. Planes. Opponent's down to 87. Play the Archaeomancer's map. Get a planes. Get a planes. There's very few planes left in the deck. Play a planes. Yeah, pass like that. It's unfortunate that we discarded those ones early on, because a couple extra right here, if this game keeps going, be a big deal. Got to see how things shape up this turn. I am worried about life loss triggers big time. Yep, there's an Overseer of the Dam. Destroy target creature. Maybe shoot one of the Lindens. Yep, one Linden down. We're going to have to re-equip the Helm. It's unfortunate. They get a bunch of triggers. Opponent scoops. Okay. Opponent's got 5 mana left. It's not the best. Do they sack everything and flip their commander? $87 is a long way to go. We need to run them out of cards is what we need to do. It's going to be tough because it's got built-in card draw. Come on, opponent. This game started off at such a good pace, and it's just died here. Oh, sorry, I forgot to check chat for a while. I've been invested in this game. You're familiar with Shanad Sleeper Scourge? It's Mardu commander that cares about legendary creatures and lands. Thought you might enjoy him. I think I've seen it at some point. Believe it or not, I have a weird relationship with Mardu decks. I've built a number of them, and I always take them apart. I've had Kalia, I've had Tariel. Who else have I have? I mean, I've had Kalia 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I've seen Shannon. I've never played it. Um, they came out right as like they were starting to release too many commanders all at once. Ah, really? They quit, dude. What do we have coming? Angel of Jubilation's actually interesting. Mirage Mirror. Oh yeah. I guess the question is, what do they have left in their hand? I don't really know. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see too. I mean, it's really a question of what they had. So like, ah, crap, the game went away. From where they were, I mean, we had two really big plays. We could go Sarah's Emissary. I was thinking about Sarah's Emissary with Helm, naming instants and creatures, and that's a lot of protection. That probably hoses many things in their deck, and so then everything gets through. But even still, I mean, for how much life they have, it's still going to take us, I would say, probably about 4 turns without them blowing anything up. And we need like Helm to stick on a lot of things and all of that. Liz, you have a game up? We can do this 1v1. I so want to go to bed. I'll make one. Liz, I made a game. Join the game if you're there. Yeah, that was frustrating that he scooped. What I'm not sure if sometimes if you target someone with a trigger and they leave, uh, it it'll mess with the trigger and the game kind of gets stuck. I don't know if that's what happened. And will yell if she doesn't. What? Let's try it this way. Challenge player. I did message her on Discord. Oh, waiting on trade. I'm gonna be tired tomorrow. God, that game was so frustrating. We just like could not get the sword and the dowsing dagger flipped. So frustrating. So frustrating. Because like if we had ramped sooner, we would have been able to like deploy a creature or two earlier and then just do more things and potentially have some mask triggers along the way and just do all the things that we want to be doing. As far as how I feel about this deck over 2 games here, I mean, the first game, yeah, both games just didn't go well. The first game I kept a really slow hand. The second game we couldn't get our ramp going, and so the deck couldn't perform the way it's supposed to. Um, there's a decent chance that we could have ground down the mono black deck there. It really just depends on what they had. If they were running low on cards, although their commander with the card draw might be tough to answer. But I guess on our turn, if we went Elish Norn Helm, then their commander dies and they can't get it back easily. So then they have to like answer us, and we might have actually been able to win from that position. I'm waiting to see if we're gonna get this game. Oh, what is the card I'm building around? Light from Within. Each creature you control gets +1/+1 for each white mana symbol and its mana cost. So a lot of 3 and 4 pip white creatures, and you drop Light from Within. They get huge, and then if things are really going well, you use a Mirage Mirror to make a copy of it, and then they get even bigger. So far, it's I think the deck has a better performance in it than like in the 1v1 it was actually good. We actually like curved. We didn't have a lot of value going, but we were like ready to. We'll see if it was. And there used to be way more Commander games. Magic Online. Let's just see what happens with this game. Still haven't really had the outing that I wanted to see. Brea? Ugh. Gross. There's no free mulligan in this one, is there? Yeah. Well, guess we're keeping this then. If it looks like a CDH deck, we'll just peace out. thought we were done with Brea. Does that hose Brea? Can't sacrifice creatures. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. It does something. It does something. Start with the Selfless Spirit. Brea has too many abilities. I think it's the one that kills creatures that bothers me the most. Because then it's just like you can't have permanents in play. I'd be fine with the other 2. Ancient Tomb Keeper. Poke. Reckless Fireweaver is disgusting. Helm of the Host is a magic card. Play the Plains. Play the Angel of Jubilation. Send the team. And, I mean, if they just go straight for Brea, they're not going to be able to activate right away, and we're going to get them with Angel of Jubilation. So, this is the other reason that I started building this deck, is that this is a card that I lament for not running in the, like, 2015, 2016 era of Commander. Basically, like, when everything was just Marin on Magic Online, I should have been running this card, and I wasn't, and, I don't know, it's a cool card, it has great art, it's a really solid ability, kind of underrated, honestly. And I'm like, oh, how do you make this good? I'm like, oh, you play Light from Within, and then that's kind of where the genesis of this deck came from. We get some tokens at the end step. Love that. Ooh, Invasion of Gobakon, huh? This is a card that I've been wanting to get a look at. Doesn't do anything like specifically for our deck, but actually we should check. 2, 4, 5, 6. Run 6 mana. Okay. Play. Let's see. Yeah, do this thing. See what they got in their hand that we don't want them to have. Isochron Scepter. Worldwaker Helm. I'm sure I don't want that either. Yeah, I think, no, they don't have anything to put under the Isochron Scepter yet, so I guess that's a thing, but... I assume that's for the combo, though. I'm going to go for this thing because it seems more immediately useful. Play the Marsh Flats. Crack the Marsh Flats. Oh, we can't crack the Marsh Flats. Oh, that's frustrating. Well, play a Helm of the Host, then. Nope, can't do that either because we still can't crack the Marsh Flats. We got ourselves. Oops. Also, we can't... Oh, yeah, we can't use the Selfless Spirit either. That's a thing. That's a 4/4. It's 4/5. 3/3. Okay, it's a little awkward. A little awkward up in here now. We can swing with this thing, though. Oh, wait. Brea doesn't have flying. I forgot that Brea doesn't have flying. Only the tokens do. So, yeah, we could have attacked with the flyers. Oops. We will want to get this thing flipped over, that being the case. 4, 5. Still on 5 lands. Psy coming in. What's interesting about this card is the power of information. Like, information is very strong. Like, we know that they don't... We know they have the Isochron Scepter, which is a combo piece, but they don't have a lot of interactions, so we can commit pretty hard unless they find something. Another token for us. Those tokens are 2/2s. It's not terrible. A Chroma's Will is interesting. Can we just kill them with a Chroma's Will? Flying Vigilance double strike. The protection is on the other side. Probably not straight kill them, but... Archangel of Tithes makes it... They have to pay to block. And that'll mess up even more stuff. They blocked... If we went to Chromas, they would block 2. Be these 2, and that'd be, what, 3, 6... No, it's 5, 7, 14. It wouldn't quite be lethal. I think we just go Archangel. Swing with this. Swing with that. Swing with that. Swing with that. Yeah, swing with everything. They can't afford to pay to block everything, so... Oh, we flipped the invasion. What do I have to do? Yeah, cast it. Sweet! First time getting the Light Shield Array. Makes me very excited. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that attacked this turn. Yeah, I like that. So, yeah, if opponent doesn't have something big, they're going to be dead. There's the Worldwaker Helm. Reckless Fireweaver. But now we should just be able to do a Chroma's Will and call it a day. Use the ability. Ooh, that one's for the land. Love the land. Do we have enough for Norn? 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're 1 short on Norn. Flying Vigilance double strike? Yeah, let's go. Send them. And it should do it. Down they go. Excellent. Alright, let's see if Liz is ready for this game. Liz, are you ready? How's the deck playing? Honestly, we haven't gotten a great look because the first game I kept a bad hand that was slow, and if I had kept a hand that ramped, I think we would have been in decent shape. In the second game, we also couldn't ramp because bad things kept happening with the couldn't get a Hearth and Home trigger or a Dowsing Dagger flipped. I do think it was about a 50-50 chance we were going to win in the second game, but one player scooped because they were about to die, and then the other player, I don't know if it freeze the triggers, and then the other player scooped before the last player scooped, and so we didn't play it out. I guess it's a question of like knowing what they had. It was going to be close, and it was going to take some stuff, but I would have liked to have really finished that game, to be completely honest with you. As far as just like being a mono white good stuff deck, it's actually doing really well in 1v1 though. So I'll give it that. We seem to be curving better in 1v1, and not like we got sideswiped a little bit in some of the other games, where you're working on one opponent and then someone else comes along and messes up what you're doing. Do I have anything nasty to go against this player with? I don't know. Let's just see if I have any other decks queued up here. I think they're all multiplayer decks. Probably not the best for... let's just try this deck that I put together one time and see what happens. Adriana Low Curve. Here we go. Oh, never mind. Liz is ready now. Let's see. Change index. What's this deck called? Light from Within. Alright, I think Liz is finally ready. If she has anything decent, I imagine we'll get trounced pretty good. I'm gonna take my shower now. If you're still making bad sleep decisions when I'm done, maybe I'll jump in for a game. Yeah, no, I need to play this game and then I need to go to bed. Very much. Very much so. while we're waiting for this, I know what we can do. We can go over here. Not that. Not that. Find a mono black deck. Paragoth. Here's a shielded deck. That should be fine. Do that. Import. I've had this idea for a mono black deck. It's mono black aggro that is not tribal. And I figured out what commander to make it with this morning. So I'm very excited. Oop. It's going to be Drana, Liberator of Malakir. No, we'll do it this way. So, drawing a deck, and we gotta clear out a ton of stuff here. Get rid of all this stuff. Pretty nasty shielded deck I made at one point here. Man, this must be an old list. Using Font of Mythos, Teferi's Puzzle Box? Oh yeah, this has got to be super old. That's fun. Haven't used those cards in a while. Well, it's got to eat the Flux Reservoir, so I guess at least 2017. Oh, and that shielded? This is a weird list. Did I make this list? I don't know, but I must have, right? Greed, this thing. Erebos. Actually, Arena's okay. Man, super old school stuff that I haven't used in a long time in this deck. Okay, and now we start adding all the 1-drops. This may not be the best way to do this. That was a grape crawler. Viscera Seer. Grip Breaker. Aristocrat. The skeleton guy. Another Goyf. Seems reasonable. Master of Dark Rite? That's a cool card. Only for vampires, clerics, and demons. Cool for those type of decks. All right, I think we're packing it in here. Doesn't look like we're going to get this game in with Liz. She's having trouble with her getting her deck together. So, thank you all for joining the stream. And I am finally going to bed. Sorry we didn't get the full experience of the Light from Within deck, which unfortunately means we probably have to play it again at some point, because I would like to light from within someone at some point. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.